Cool, and we're live. It popped out. That's good. Pretty good start getting past the spam part. And not so much. Free death, because I have to reposition myself. Yeah. And I'm dead. That was really dumb. Guess nobody looks for streams on Sunday nights. Even though tomorrow's a holiday. At least here in the US. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. Gay. Just wanted to say it. That transition is... man. Hey, my best is 79%. I got that off stream while recording on Saturday. Oh, that was kind of weird, but I'll take it. Yep, I modded you. If you're an SG mod, you can be a chat mod. That's pretty straightforward. I would say after the second straight fly. So that's once I reach that cube part, that's kind of like a break between the two ships, and that will be right after the wave. That wave just does not seem to want to do what I'm doing. I use a gaming mouse, but my headset is like a foam-covered microphone piece that's right in front of my face, and so that can change how things sound from a distance. Wow, I clicked. Come on. It's really annoying dying there, because once I get past the spam part, going through the rest of the wave isn't that bad. At least at this point. Doesn't mean it's easy, though. Come on. That spam part is just insanely random. Almost doesn't matter what I do there. That's really weird. Like, I didn't click. I clicked while I was outside of that orb's hitbox. At least that's what it's supposed to do. And it activates, and then somehow I save it. When I was first getting that, I couldn't save it. And so I don't know what's going on with that. Great. I know. And of course, why do I do that again? Come on. Where's my brain? The other thing is that if you're trying to... Wow, are you serious? The other thing with spam is that if you're trying to spam like in a level position, your refresh rate can mess with you. Just a little bit, though. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Nope. If I beat this and there's some more time in the night, then I will do level requests. I would take a closer look, but I'm working on this. Based on the really small picture that I have in the pop-out chat, it looks okay. Seriously? PowerPoint. Yeah, I guess that would work. PowerPoint and Word and stuff like that would have drawing tools in them. Probably a bit beyond MS Paint. It's not the most active stream, so I don't think so. Wow, make up your mind. Last time I died there, I clicked too late, apparently. Okay. Checking Discord. That's something I haven't done yet today. Just a little bit focused right now. That is really dumb. I clicked. No, I won't. I'm not doing level requests right now. If I manage to beat Leminscate this stream and there's still time in the night, then I will be doing some level requests, so you might want to keep that ID on hand. We might use it. Wow, I can't believe I just died in the frickin' easy part. Come on. That is not a good place to die. Like, I can understand dying at the very start of that straight fly, because you just can't get it together and get in there, but in the middle? Seriously? And then the spam is just retarded. It needs to stop killing me randomly. Then I'd actually have a chance of beating this. Seriously, OMG. That spam is going to drive me up the wall. What? I didn't hit anything, and I'm just dead. Come on. I've gotten closer to that thing before. This level's just pulling out more and more nonsense. Thank you. I can understand someone not reading the description on Twitch. You kind of have to navigate to get there. But on YouTube, like, what? I've never really understood that. Okay. We're going to remove some IDs from the chat. And Fars, feel free to remove IDs as they show up. Post another ID and you're going to get timed out. Is that something we even have? I'll double check after this attempt. Yeah, we do have that. Okay, now for the hard timing. And I died. That's my third time making it that far. The first 2 times I somehow managed to pass that timing. I forget whether my first death was in the swing copter or still in the ball. I know that the second one was when I got 79%. That's the last straight fly, by the way. You might as well say go where I told you. It's in that cube between the 2 different ships. That timing is actually the largest variability. Oh boy. I see your message. I need to read it. But I'm also not wanting to die. Dang it. Yes, there's a cube between it. You jump over a quadruple spike and then hit 2 pink orbs, and then you're back into the ship mode. It's right after the second straight fly. Usually, once I can make it to that cube, I'm good to go, all the way to that ball timing. And then after that, the swing copter could kill me, and then usually it's either going to be the straight fly or something to do with the UFO or transition into the UFO after that. And that's just based on all of my practice. I can also mess up the very end of the UFO, but typically I'm not going to die to the quadruple spikes at the end of the level. Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, it really depends on the gameplay. If I see something long, then obviously I do need to stop and read it. If I'm in the wave, I'm not reading nothing. I hate that timing. Not doing level requests. Please don't put your IDs in the chat. I'll go take a look for you in just a sec. It's something like 37,000 something stars. There you go, 37,468. Yeah, you're probably going to eclipse me. At some point, I want to keep working on the remaining hards. There's only about 960 left. And I've already done all the hardest ones. At least the ones on the hardest hards list, or that used to be on that list. I've also done all of the possible pre-1 or pre-2.0 ones, and I've also done all the possible 4 stars. It's pretty good. It's also probably why you have so many coins. I've been doing a lot of them that don't have coins. Hello, Alan Santiago. Welcome to the stream. That's pretty good. I'm still working on early 2.0. I've done all pre-1.9 harders, at least all the possible ones. And then I've done all the pre-1.7 insanes, again, the possible ones. So that's where a lot of my stars are coming from, is from that old stuff. And mid 2.0 is kind of a blend. You get creativity and some bad gameplay here and there. Dang it. Fars is a mod in the chat because we've had a lot of correspondence, and I know that I can trust him. He's a moderator in the Stargrinders Discord server, so if he can moderate that, he can definitely moderate the chat here. And I would offer to go to stream chat in the Stargrinders Discord server, but I kind of want the social input that I'm getting as I'm playing this to be something that I choose to do. Or I want it to be passive. Because this level is pretty hard. Alright. So right now it's 8:05. I'm probably gonna have to call it at 8:40. Oh, you guys don't have Memorial Day weekend? Wow, that is just stupid. Alright, I guess that's just an American thing. There are a lot of things, though, that Canada and America have in common, so... I'm pretty sure that we share the spelling of certain words, whereas if you go pretty much anywhere else, the spelling changes. Like neighbor, color, meter, center, realize. Wow, that is really dumb. Oh, that's pretty good. 4-day weekend. I haven't had one of those since, what, Christmas? No. Man, I'm trying to think. I think it was actually New Year's. Yeah, it would have been New Year's because I had a 3-day week right before that, and that was pretty good. Dang, okay. Oh, that's a lot earlier than people usually get out here in the US. Usually it's mid to late June. A lot of graduations occur in mid-June or so. Mother trucker. So bad, but hey, thanks for that. I hate that timing. Sometimes when I've been practicing it, it's like, am I supposed to click between frames? Because that does not seem possible. And a few attempts later, then I can actually pass it. I clicked way too early for it this time. I'm actually working tomorrow on Memorial Day. I'm going to have Thursday off, and that will be a 3-day weekend for me, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm hoping that one of these weeks I can actually work enough overtime for my boss to say, you know what, we need you to spend the day home. And that would be perfectly fine with me. So for every work day, I spend between 2 and 3 hours in transit. So if I'm spending more time working on some days and stay a day home, then that's really good for me. I should probably do another practice run. Wow. I actually collided with the side of that. I work 8 hours. I usually take a half-hour lunch. A lot of times I get overtime. Not that much, but it varies. Last week I had a total of 4.5 hours of overtime for that week, and I have no clue why I wasn't putting down checkpoints. Let's see, on my last day of the week, on Thursday, I actually ended up working 2 hours and 15 minutes over. My boss gave me a ride home since we live out in the same direction, because he was working over as well. I understand some Spanish. I have 2 years of college Spanish, which is not that much, really. Plus, my strong point was the grammar. Where did I even put that checkpoint? Right at the transition, okay. I want my checkpoint to be there. Yes, tomorrow is going to be, well, you could base it on the weekly demons. It's going to be the weekly demon after Polar Beat. But yes, it is going to be a high quality upload. And that's just the way it's going to be from there on. So I'm really happy about that. Did I just like space out and the ball fell right off? Like, I wasn't looking at that. Wow, that's really bad right there. Only the first timing is hard. The rest are pretty easy. It just goes naturally. I am using 60 Hertz right now. Well, 60 FPS. Even if I do get to 1,000 attempts, I don't think I'm gonna try beating this on 120 hertz, just because I'm doing fine enough. I can definitely beat this. Hi, Happy. Oh man, I should read some chat. Okay, so as far as 120 hertz goes, I'm not entirely sure when I want to start using it. What you have to realize is that I've been a 60 hertz player, and you know, you've been a 60 hertz player too, like all the way up until you got 144 hertz, and I've been a 60 hertz player all the way up until I got 120 hertz on this laptop. Oh, GG Matobia, that's really cool. I know you've been just grinding that out. It's going alright, Happy. I'm just doing a little practice run. Let's put a checkpoint there, because this timing is annoying me. Alright, so going back to the 120 hertz thing, because it's like something that a lot of players don't have access to, I'm really reluctant to use it. Normally I don't use copies, no. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on there. I'm using it for like some challenge levels and stuff, and that's about it. I know what you mean, and I guess at the end of the day, what 60 hertz, or usually what a higher refresh rate does is it improves consistency, because the game is now tracking your inputs more accurately. And so, you know, when you consider that it's just about time and attempt grinding, you know, things are kind of random in this game, then yeah, the refresh rate does matter. But the refresh rate does matter insofar as attempts and time spent. It doesn't change the achievement all that much. In fact, really, what 60 hertz does is it just speaks to the determination of the players who are beating levels on it. Especially when they don't have any other option, because then it's like, it's really hard and that's all you can get through. When you do have an option, then it's just like what we're talking about. What are you doing? I only did a very basic run with 120 hertz, so I'm not entirely sure if that bug is a thing, because I can get that sort of problem on 60 hertz if I do it wrong. Shuri was actually playing Plasma Pulse Finale on mobile, and he's made some really good progress on it. Or am I confusing that with 60 Hertz? I don't remember actually. Anyway. So I guess at the end of the day, the point I want to get back to with 60 Hertz versus 144 Hertz is, or 60 Hertz versus 120 in my case, really, is I don't want to be defined by my refresh rate. I don't want to be relying on my refresh rate to beat things. I'm playing with VSync off. Right now my screen is pushing out 120 Hertz, but the game is only running at 60 FPS, as you can hopefully see in the upper left corner. Hertz is a measurement of cycles per second. That's what the HZ stands for, is Hertz. So if a computer screen is running at 60 Hertz, then it's refreshing. You get a new picture every 60th of a second. And when it does that fast, then you perceive motion and animation. And typically 60 frames per second, or 60 Hertz, is considered really smooth. It just doesn't tear. Like, everyone has a different experience with screen tearing. I have no screen tearing whether VSync is on or off. That was the same way it was with the old laptop that I had. VSync just didn't make a difference as far as screen tearing went. For my brother's computer, he does get some screen tearing, but it's not too bad if he turns VSync off. It's just a random thing. Oh, that's interesting. You can play with VSync off with the bypass. That's a question I definitely should have asked you a long time ago. Can you actually play with the bypass and have VSync off and get like 240 FPS? Oh, that makes sense then. Yeah, that would explain why the bypass is actually giving players an advantage, because now their computer doesn't have to check everything. Yeah, their computer doesn't have to check everything with vertical sync turned on, and so that's going to reduce their input delay and such, and make a bypass user using the same FPS as their monitor be more effective for them. So that's really like the linchpin in banning it from the demons list right there. Hmm. So you can play with vertical sync on in a copyable, and it's just like having vertical sync off in the sense that it doesn't have to check and add delay. That would explain why a lot of 144Hz players are using copyables, or at least have been. I remember Rico LP and like Powerbomb, they were always playing in copyables. That would mean using the bypass because it has vertical sync turned off. Makes everything completely accessible. That's interesting. It's like the bypass is the ultimate solution to this game. It's really sad, actually. I guess if you want to play GD at its best, you just have to use a tool for it. That's what this game has come down to. I just did that weird and hardly even noticed. Okay. Yeah, you can actually do that if you're lucky. Sometimes you can't, though. Well, between the bypass, vertical sync, screen tearing, delay in copyables, and delay from vertical sync, like, this game is just the most messed up thing. And somehow, I've got, like, the best of both worlds with this laptop. So, good purchase right there. Alright, so got about 10 minutes left. It's time to focus. Oh, that was bloody perfect. Alright, see ya. Did you see that with the wave? That was crazy. Like, I clicked the instant that gravity portal took effect, and the wave was just one straight line. It actually happens a lot right there, which is incredible. And very, very rarely do I actually click before, very rarely do I actually click before that portal there, so... I do it with the yellow portal a lot more often, though, but I don't get that absolutely spot on, you know, completely straight wave transition. I actually know somebody named Michael Phelps. He is not the famous Olympian, though. I know. I wonder how much free stuff he can get from Subway by showing his ID, though. That would be interesting. Sight reading is the skill of skills. What happens in levels is it's a blend of sight reading and memory. Yes, it was my ball. I still use it in a couple of things, but... Alright, I'll see you later, Hexagon. Hello, Soviet Ninja. Welcome to the stream. It's gonna end in about 6 minutes. So, hopefully we can get this. Okay, so the reason behind my ball being like my thing was that my old layout, Pneumatic Gravity, that was like the first layout that I actually put some effort into. It just started out as a little swing copter test, and then it turned into a really difficult hard demon layout. And I've buffed it, balanced it, changed parts out. It's been a long ongoing project, and so I chose the ball as my icon for my experience with the swing copter. Rats! That looked spot on too. I actually made a video last year, where I did some swing copters from really hard demons, extreme demons. I did the Red World Rebirth second swing copter, that's the hard one, and then I did the swing copter from Blade of Justice, which uses your anti-ball as the one that you swing around, so that's pretty tricky. And then I did the one from Yatagarasu, which is like the hardest one out of all of those. And that's that. I also included the ship in the middle. I got all of Hein's part done in one run, which is crazy. 63. That would be that one timing, I think. Yeah, it's just that one timing that's really annoying. Oh, I didn't hold long enough. Dang it. You know, another funny thing about my ball is that originally I had wanted to use the 40 Demons ball, but I was building a pneumatic gravity before I even reached 30 demons. Deadlocked was my 30th demon. You can see that way in the very back of my profile history. And so at that time, I had already been working on the pneumatic gravity layout. At that time, I was going to call it pneumatic balls. I later changed the name. Pneumatic balls is still on my profile, so you can see a very early build of that. And then you can also compare it to what's on my channel, which, albeit, is a pretty crappy video. Simply because I had some issues with recording, like the whole latter half of the level just got messed up, and so I included a clip of it in a copyable, so that way you can still see everything. But once I finally got to 40 demons, pneumatic gravity was enough of a thing that I decided to keep my yin yang ball and make that kind of my focus. So I was the swing copter guy, and nobody really knew me. And, you know, a couple of people did, I guess, but... And so I had experience with a game mode that nobody else really had experience with. Except like some of those people who have been working on Extreme Demons. And that was kind of cool, but now it's not so big of a thing anymore. And the other thing is that I was really treating the swing copter like an aerial mode at that time. You can do a lot of crazy stuff with a swing copter and really make use of its swinging capacity to make hard gameplay. And that's when it turns into timing. And it becomes very challenging because it's like the UFO, where everything you do beforehand impacts what happens after. But because of the gravity reverses, it's far harder. The other funny thing is that I found a level while playing old levels. It was made in 1.8 or early 1.9 that used the swing UFO. It's literally like a swing copter, but the UFO. And so the amount of swing on that is ridiculous. but it's the same idea. So if you want a really challenging and weird swing copter experience, just build yourself one with a UFO and see what you end up playing. I think that could be used in a level, and thanks to those blocks in 2.1, you can do stuff with a swing cube as well, because that's really fast. I also know that Swiftness by Zariku uses a swing cube. Swing ship and swing wave are not things that I would do, just because those are so strange. But swing cube, swing UFO, and swing robot are pretty good. Did you use the, I believe they're H blocks to make that work? Because you'd have to like spam H blocks in order to not die randomly. Okay. The other option is the cube in the tunnel can be a mini cube, and the tunnel can be set to be high enough so that way it can jump around without any problems. That might work. The only rule with swing modes is that you can't have them be two different game modes. They can be different sizes of the same game mode, but that's it. It also can't be two-player, unfortunately. I tried that. You would have to do some really weird nonsense with one of the players in a two-player duel in order to actually make it so that way one player is influencing the gravity of the other. That would just be like a game of, let's make some triggers that aren't buggy. And I'm not gonna fiddle with that, unfortunately. It would be interesting, though. My first demon was a Secret Way demon, and I don't even know what it was. My brother just showed me a demon with a Secret Way, and I beat it. The first demon that I actually did that is a real demon is the Nightmare, and I did it not that far before Club Step. After Club Step, I did the Lightning Road, worked on Crescendo. After that, I think I did Theory of Everything too. It was kind of a mess. Dang it! Those orbs are just so bad. Alright, last attempt. I may or may not stream tomorrow night. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so I may or may not stream tomorrow night in order to complete this. It depends on how I am after work. Like tonight, I was ready to go. No, I need to go to bed. I get up at 5 o'clock. Club Step took me about 2800, just under 2800 to beat, and I did it without using practice mode at all. If I don't do this tomorrow night, if I don't try and stream it, then I'm gonna end up streaming on Thursday when I have the day off, and hopefully that will be when I beat it. So, because the boss is not going to be working tomorrow because it's a holiday. He gets that day off, like most people in the maintenance crew. It's just a couple people who have to work, and that's me. I asked for it. So, once he's back in on Tuesday and Wednesday, there's a good chance I'm going to be working some overtime on those days. Hopefully not, because it won't count as time and a half with the holiday here, but we'll see. Plus, it'll be end of the week, so I don't think I'll be really wanting to beat anything then. So there may or may not be a stream tomorrow night. If not, it's going to be Thursday afternoon probably. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.